Lead me from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. This ancient Sanskrit mantra isn't just a prayer. For many of us, it's a survival guide. Welcome back to Light and Shadow. I'm your host, JF. Today we're stepping into the heavy mist of healing from narcissistic abuse, specifically my own journey through it, and how we can use the archetype of the fool to find our way out. So let's start. The reality, surviving the shadows. Long-term abuse from a covert narcissist isn't always loud. It's a slow erosion of your reality. You don't just lose a relationship, you lose yourself. And that is the God's honest truth. The damage. Damage from narcissistic abuse includes CPTSD, from constant exposure to emotional irregulation issues and deep unlearned shame. Brain fog. Gaslighting can actually mimic brain damage, causing memory loss and chronic confusion. Physical toll. Your body stays in a powder keg state. Chronic stress leading to insomnia, unexplained pain, and exhaustion. And I've went through all these three. I mean, it's awful. Awful, awful, awful. And it's done so skillfully and so slowly that you don't even realize that all of a sudden you're trauma bonded. And it's crazy. Breaking the cycle, survival strategies. Recognizing the loop. It always starts with idealization, the hook. And then it moves to devaluation, the slow burn, resulting in discard, the cold shoulder, and circle back with hoovering, the false promises. Tools that you can use in order to survive narcissistic abuse. Gray rocking. Become as uninteresting as a rock. Short, neutral answers only. Don't give them the emotional supply they crave. Distance yourself. Observe, don't absorb. Watch their behavior like a scientist. Document a predictable pattern rather than a critic on your soul. Firm boundaries. Use the boundary framework. If they deflect, you walk away. No negotiation. The paper trail. Keep a secure, private, digital, or written log of incidents to act as your anchor to reality. And that's important. It's not to use against them, it's to use for you, because as you heal, you feel better, and then you start thinking about your relationship like, maybe it wasn't that bad, and maybe I should. No, it's never going to change. Ever, 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 ever. As much as you would like to, it is never going to change. Ever. That's one thing you need to keep in mind. The narcissist in your life will never change. Remember that. The philosophy, the fool's journey. Why do I use that? Because it actually helped me a lot. Now, this might be something that might work for you, or it might not. But for me, it did. The archetype. To heal, you must be willing to be the fool. Carl Jung, who's a well-known psychiatrist who actually defined what narcissism was back in the early 90s, says, argue that a fool is the precursor to the savior. And we'll get to that. The leap of faith. Standing at a cliff's edge of the tarot, the fool represents the beginner's mind. To leave an abusive cycle, you must be willing to look foolish to others, to start over from zero, and to trust the unknown. Now, the way I did that is I knew that there were so many talk about me, mostly coming from her, trying to devalue me and making me look like I'm some kind of insane person or whatever. I don't care. And that's what I kept in mind. I don't care. I don't care what they say about me. I don't care what I have to do. I'm doing it. Sacred folly. Sometimes the wisest thing you can do is to stop trying to be the adult in a toxic dynamic and simply leap towards your own freedom. This is a lot harder than what you think, because the trauma bond is what keeps you hooked to the narcissist. The reactions, everything. So you have to be extremely strong in your resolve. Break and end that cycle. Closing and resources. Final thought. You cannot fix them, but you can reclaim yourself. Healing is a spiral, not a straight line. Now, as you heal, you're going to hit highs and lows. But you know what? As you move along more and more, these highs and lows will start to regulate, So the high that was there before, that was up here, now starts to be down there. And the low that was way down there before, now starts to be up here. And eventually the high is going to be here, the low there, and then it'll regulate into the flat line where you're going to be at peace. That takes a while. I'm 6 months into it. And I'll say I'm about 75% there. There's still times when I do something and I'm like, oh shit, what's she gonna think? And I'm like, oh fuck, she's not here anymore. Who fucking cares? Action steps. If you're in immediate danger, and I'm saying that because narcissistic abuse will end in three ways. One, emotional death. Two, physical death with self-harm. Or three, narcissists will actually try to unalive you. And I'm not being dramatic. This is all from the research that I've made. And these things actually do happen. And it almost happened to me where I almost unalived myself at the end. And that's no joke. The trauma is real. So if you're in immediate danger or you think you're in immediate danger, reach out to your local domestic violence hotline or whatever is available to you where you at. If you can't get reached at, reach for a friend that you have absolute trust in. And now you got to be careful because the narcissist will go around and will slowly tell your friends, your family that you're doing this, that you're doing that. They lie. They're lying. They do that 1 to 2 years ahead of time. And you have no idea that they're doing that. They're slowly building up against you. That's fucking evil. So if you think you're in danger, reach out, please. Next week, I'll dive deeper into the magician and how to manifest life after the leap. So, what have you done this week to shine your light? A few people ask me, why are you talking about shining your light? Okay, so I did a little spiel on it just to educate people on it. Shining your light in spirituality means embodying virtues like love, compassion, integrity in daily life to positively influence others and reflect divine goodness. It is an active, outward expression of internal faith, demonstrated through good deeds, generosity, forgiveness, and serving those in need. Example of shining your light includes active compassion, volunteering at shelters, helping those in need, and offering encouragement to someone going through a tough time. Generosity of spirit, giving without expecting anything in return. When you do something for somebody and you expect something in return, you're not doing a favor, you're doing business. If you're going to volunteer, if you're going to do something for others, don't expect a reward. Just do it for the sake of doing it, for the sake of the feeling it gives you. Forgiveness and reconciliation, actively forgiving misdeed and promoting peace. Positive influence, maintaining a positive attitude that stands out against negativity. Integrity and witness, acting with honesty and moral conviction in daily life such as the workplace or community. Acts of service, simple acts like cleaning, listening, or mentoring. Prayers and devotion, sharing prayers, blessings, or spiritual guidance with others. I hope this gives you a better understanding of what sharing your light is. This week for me, again, I've been helping others with snow clearing. I've been helping others with just listening to what they have to say and, give advice if I can. I'm always trying to share my light. I'm always trying because when we share our light, as I've said multiple times with others, it helps. You share your light, that means you just help someone feel better. And by making them feel better, they're going to go out there and they're going to share their lights with others, and then others and others and others. And it multiplies. And you know what? We don't always share our light. There's days where we just don't feel like it, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm not asking you to go out there every day and to preach. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you have a chance, help somebody else. Help your family, help your coworkers, help your neighbors, help your community. If all of us did this, if we all did that, not every day, once in a while, can you imagine what a better world this would be? That's it for my podcast this week. I thank you for joining me in the shadows today. I hope you enjoyed and learned today. And as always, I wish you love, light, and shadows. Until next week.